Okay, we're gonna try this again. That is what we're going to do. And I think I know why it was a whole issue. So let's see who else pops into the chats. Did I make this public? I don't even know. We're back. I'll give people a couple minutes to pop in because YouTube trying to piss me off. Okay. Lord Jesus. Look. I had to just end it and come back in because nothing was popping up on my end, and I don't have time for that. And I feel like YouTube was fucking with me because when I went and ended that live and went to my edit screen, the video had already been flagged. So I really feel like I really feel like YouTube was just messing with people, and that's why I just named this one, since Saturday Night Live, because it can always be some things. Okay, so we're gonna continue where we was leaving off and stuff. Okay, with the topics of 2019, and YouTube can be dumb. Let me watch my mouth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was cussing too much. I'm not sure. But we back in this thing, and I don't have time to wait for everybody to pop back in because I just don't. But y'all know I love y'all. Yes, YouTube is definitely tripping. Okay, definitely tripping. And it bees that way sometime, and that's sometime why a lot of YouTubers don't go live anywhere because it's just just the antics of it all. Okay. Anyway, so hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JayLeesCorner. Okay, and that's what it is. Okay, mom's at home now. Glad you made it home safe. I FaceTimed you earlier and you didn't answer, but I'll FaceTime you after I get off of here. Hey, Aqua Boogie. And I wonder if people got a notification before because I'm just, who knows. But. Oh, hello from Ramos. Okay, hello from Ramos by the airport and everything. So again, and see, and now we're all clear. Okay, I think the issue was that video had already been flagged, girl, and I don't know why because I hadn't even did or said anything out the way just yet. But there are a couple topics that I'm going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to have to use code words for. So y'all know this, come on and stay with me with it, you know what I'm saying? This is like having to just erase your porn and come back with other things and stuff I don't have the time for. So I've already said, you know what I'm saying, Quentin Slim, I've already said Lion King and Avengers Endgame. The only other movie I thought this year that was amazing was When They See Us. That movie was very much so amazing. It made me love the character, well, not the character, but the actor Jarrell Jerome, who played the main character in the movie. And, wait, from Vallejo, California. Okay, hey California, it's hot here like it is in California. Yeah, I'm back. Yep, been back for a couple of minutes. Okay, so anyway, let's keep it going. So When They See Us. So those were my top movies for this year. I don't think I even seen other movies that I thought was great. I know people love to hear a Tubman story. I did not go see that. I heard 21 Blocks was good, which Chadwick Boseman, but I did not go see that either. But we will see whatever else. Now, the topics, the biggest stories of this year. Linda's from Philly. Okay, Philadelphia. The biggest topics I think of this year, there was like 10, maybe 11 different things that happened this year that people talked about for months and months on end. So those are the only topics I want to discuss tonight. Okay, up in here and stuff like that. So the first thing I feel like is Jussie Smollett. Okay, Jussie Smollett situation literally happened in January of 2019, and it is December of 2019, and the story carried over the whole year. Okay, the whole year in one way or another, we were always talking about something to do with Jussie Smollett. From the whole they attacked me thing to they caught the brothers or whatever, to where it was a whole scam and some fugaziness or whatever, to, you know what I'm saying, him not suing Chicago, to them Chicago trying to sue him like 30 grand. It was just so much that went on with that whole case, and I still don't understand, like, I still, it was the beginning of January. It was the beginning of January because it was during that polar vortex that happened, and that was the weird part about it was why was he even out in the cold? Okay, when it was cold here in Michigan, nobody was going out to no subway, nothing. Okay, what joke he was. And the crazy part is, I really feel like he don't think I don't know if that man did it or not because I wasn't there. What I do know is the fact that we seen the fact that he said it was white folks or whatever, and it turned out to be Africans or whatever. That's what made me feel like you made it up. And like how come it wasn't no bruises? You know what I'm saying? It was all fake and food gazy, and I can't believe it was out. Yes, a whole year, but we talked about it all year, and the fact that he got fired from Empire basically, even though they say he may come back for this last season, well, the last part two of the last season. But we haven't really heard much from him work wise. Okay, I feel like had Jussie Smollett just shut up, had he just shut up and just let it pass over. Okay, pay them people their money, pay them their money, and let that be that or whatever. Red Jezebel 25. If you don't stop bringing up stuff I ain't talking about. Okay, you done brought up everything I ain't talking about. What did you trying to do, honey? You want what do you want some attention? God, I'm like, why? What? Oh, Lord Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Anyway, so I'm like, that was the dumbest story I have ever heard, and I believe the craziest Sub-Zero. Nobody gets Subway when it's cold. When it's cold outside, you don't want no damn cold sandwich. You want some warm, okay? You want some warm, and we ain't got time for no cold sandwiches when it's cold outside. Okay, so that's why I didn't believe him. People will never look at Jesse the same. I don't look at him the same. I'm not gonna block you, Ray Will, but I need you to follow the story. Okay, if we talking about one thing, please don't ask another question. Please just don't do that. Okay, so because if you do, my moderator they'll block you. So just kind of just sense it out. Let me do this. I'm gonna say as someone used to say to me a long time ago, let me fuck this cat, you hold a tail. Now I don't know what that means, and I will always question, what does that mean? Why you fucking cats? And why I hold the tail? But it just means let me run this ship. You just come along for the ride, okay? But anyway, so but yeah, no one will ever look at us the same, mainly because he didn't let it go. Y'all see, I can go from one thing to the other. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yes, it was a country slam. Hey Jay Gosley, the topic that you sent that you commented on a video for the After Dark stuff. I have those saved in my emails, and those would be things that we'll talk about later on different videos. Anyway, so he wanted a foot long at midnight. I mean, a lot of people want foot longs at midnight, but not in the polar vortex. I mean, one time, we had a blizzard here in Michigan, and well, it wasn't a blizzard; it was a regular snowstorm, and I did drive to my dude's house, in the snowstorm. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you just want the deal, whatever, and you know what I'm saying. That's when you go get the deal and stuff. But I'm like, if it was a polar vortex, I ain't going on a polar vortex. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I think had Jussie just shut up and not said nothing and just moved on from the whole situation, paid the people their money, and just not even have to admit he did it, but just not keep making it an issue like we believe you. Because you can't force someone to believe you if we think you lying. And it's like not like 2 + 2 is 4. And it's like he was like, no, it's 5. We like, no, motherfucker, it's 4. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. He like, no, it's not 5. Just he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I think for that reason, he just, I don't know what he could do next because it will always come up like, didn't you fake getting beat? And then you had the old girl fake, you know what I'm saying, get snatched up. She Jussied us. I'm like, girl, you planned it. And I think once it became so big that it was on the news, she said, I can't keep Jussie y'all. I gotta come clean because they're gonna find me and it's gonna be some bull stuff. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. I don't even have an accent. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just how I talk sometimes. Right, ain't no way, especially in Chicago, he's gonna be if they do a Jussie Smollett Lifetime movie, oh God, I would review the shit out of that because I think it would just be too funny. Um, you were trying to get you some of that. There, I'm an innocent virgin in these streets. I didn't know. I'm playing, yeah. But this is yeah. Anyway, I think when you're an adult, there's nothing wrong with going to get some penis or some vagina. You just can't plan and set up a whole fake incident in the midst of it. Okay, that's what I think shouldn't happen. I'm not, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it, or if it's coming to me, it's coming to me. But I mean, he just had a whole bunch of lies all up and through, and it was just some bullshit. And they kind of, they did do a Law and Order episode, but I feel like the Law and Order episode, it was, it was cool, but at the same time, it was teen too much. I'm like, no, I need the good old, um, like, what's the I want like a true Hollywood story of it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I want a true Hollywood story where they sit and talk to the cab drivers. Okay, I need someone talking to the bellman at a hotel that maybe seen him walking real fast or whatever. I need them to talk to whoever the cops were that came in, and because we seen the video, whatever, where Jussie had the rope around the neck still, and I'm like, nobody just walks home and leaves the rope around their neck while they waiting for the police. Like, you just don't do that because, oh, I want y'all to see it. I'm like, if you had the rope, they would say, well, you told us where it was, and you said, girl. Anyway, Jussie Smollett story was a huge story this year. So much so that we're still talking about it in 2019 because, again, he sold people that money. But let's move on to the next thing because I don't want to be here all night. The next thing that I thought was a big story this year was Wendy Williams. From Wendy Williams, the photos of her husband cheating, the photos of, hey, guess what? We know, don't mention no topics. Now, y'all, I got my own topics. Okay, I don't want the story to shift. I need people to stay focused so I don't get distracted. Okay, because sometimes I get distracted. So, but I have Chloe and Jordan on my list. Anyway, so yes, Wendy Williams. The first part of it was her husband and that girl, his mistress, who was not his baby mama. The photos of them being together. We seen that first. Then it was the photos not Mr. Wendy. Then it was photos of the mistress being pregnant. Okay. And Wendy was on her show, like, look, I got the ring. Okay. We good. I'm still Mrs. Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Leave me be. Let it don't break up nothing. Until you see me without a ring on, I don't want to hear nothing. And we said, okay, well, that means something ain't afoot. And then the girl had the baby. And then Wendy served her husband with divorce papers. I feel like she was also gone for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like she was on hiatus like a good 2, 3 months. So I'm like, girl, you got a whole job to do. But it gave them time for the girl to have a baby, for her to have the DNA test, and she came back like a whole single woman. And I was like, it's a lot happened in 2019. Yeah. Now him and his sister are shopping and script around supposedly about what happened to him and shop. No one wants to hear Kevin's side of that, mainly because you had a mistress your whole life. And I feel like, people cheat for different reasons. Me and a friend had a well, me and him had a conversation earlier about this. It's like Kevin had been cheating for a while, but why was he cheating? I felt like he was cheating because Wendy allowed him to cheat. Because that girl had been around for years. I feel like Wendy was okay with him cheating and having a whole side life as long as it wasn't like mainstream news. The minute it became mainstream news, that's when everything hit the fan. Okay. And I also feel like she probably had people following that man on purpose, and she was probably the one who was, had no photos taken and passed around and passed about. I think the whole thing of her going to sober living, of her, with that shoulder injury, whatever, it all could have been a ruse. Okay, she fooled. I won't say she fooled everyone. I would say she plotted and planned it really, really well. And we was the fools because we thought that she was sitting around just being dumb and did not want to talk about her business. But in hindsight, we have to realize that she was smart. You never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Okay, that's just how it goes. And she did not want him to know what she had planned because I feel like if he knew what she had planned, he would try to thwart her plan. Okay, and so I was like, right, plot twist. As is what it was. I think she knew the whole time and was cool with it. Right, it really, really was. She gave him an inch. She took a mile. He took 15 years for life, and the fact that she served him with divorce papers, she confirmed that he had a whole baby, okay, a whole baby with a whole other woman, and she's like, I'm not changing no diapers, saying I'm not having no more kids. He now has a whole new family, and that's on him. I don't think that Kevin at all wanted to lose his wife and his cushion job at on her show or whatever. I think his whole life was her. But I think he also just wanted the younger vagina over here and that girl Sharina. And so he just kind of, ex- accepted it, knocked her up. Now I also feel like, did Sharina trick him or did she put a little hole in the condom? Because I feel like, why would he want kids after all these years? I don't think that was a planned pregnancy. And I think, it need to show how fucked up men can be. Wendy was in denial for way too damn long, if you ask me, with that situation. He did want cake and he wanted to eat it too. I wonder if there was no I wonder if there was no baby. What she'll say. I think if Kevin did not get the lady pregnant, Wendy would not have left. I think get Wendy got fed up when he started being more out and proud with that lady. The more he came out and it was pictures of that or whatever, the more that happened, I think the more she got fed up. Some women accept cheating because the cheating is done in the dark. I think Sharina was tired of being in the dark. And she kind of was a little bit more out with it. And then when you know what, I can't, I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep taking it if it's in the public. Not if it's in the public. So that was a whole thing. And they still not officially divorced right now, even though she dating somebody, he got a whole new baby. But they said it was for 15 years. It's just to look, you get to an age to where cheating ain't gonna work. Okay. But I also have a saying, either let the man cheat in peace, saying, when you not bugging him or whatever, or leave him and say he ain't shit. But I feel like they was in their 50s. Like, if you gonna cheat on me all openly or whatever, I don't want to be with you because you don't even respect me enough to not let me see it. So I'm like, no, you can put kick rocks. Get out my face with this shit is what I would have told him. But that whole thing. I think she did it smartly. She was able to get her own place. She was able to boost ratings for her show. Okay, her kid is in college, so he got to deal with it. And then he left to take care of a whole new baby. But I mean, girl, if she like it, I love it. So that whole thing. Next up, the whole college scam of it all, okay, with Aunt Becky, MC, and Felicity Huffman. I think the reason this was such a huge story is because it just proved to people that white folk would do things like it ain't nothing wrong with it, like they can just get over. Now, when it happened, and they spent what Aunt Becky did, and Aunt Becky did this while she was on Full House and got fired for it. Now, Felicity Huffman wasn't on nothing, I don't think. Um, was she in What It Says? Nah, she was in something else. She was in other little stuff, but she wasn't on anything like any active TV show. Yeah, white folk, okay? Because when they showed the people who did it, I don't think it was any black people. I don't. And I feel like they lit and Felicity Huffman at least owned her parts. Okay, she confessed to it all. She took accountability for it. She went and did her time. She paid her fees or whatever. But not Aunt Becky. Aunt Becky is still to this day, is acting as if, oh no, the 500,000 we put forth to that was a donation. Lies, you Aunt Becky lying, and I feel like Aunt Becky should get more time in prison if you ask me. Um, Oh, she was in When They See Us? Was she the prosecutor? I think she's a prosecutor. Why do black folks in the U.S. make up to 13% of honey, anybody can stand for that. I'm like, what? Um, But yeah, I'm Becky should go sit down somewhere. You did it. Okay. The fact that you are caught up with all the other people who was also doing the exact same thing, I think the fact that she's still denying it kind of shows a little bit of her white privilege. I didn't do that. I'm gonna just say I didn't do it. I'm gonna just say that, you know what I'm saying, the Yale soccer coach really. Mm, okay. Um, Everyone hate blacks. What does why do blacks in the US make up to 13% of the population and yet make 60% of that ain't got nothing to do with that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You know, this is what I mean. We gotta this stay, that's not my channel, boo boo. So please go ahead and this has several seats in you off topic stadium. I need people just to stop it, okay? Anyway, Felicity was smarter. She was. Felicity was to the point where you have to sometimes acknowledge, okay, I'm busted. I'm caught. I'm caught. And what else can I do besides take if I admit it, okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Send me to jail. Send me to jail. Okay, you get a little 2 weeks. Cause let's not act like, you know what I'm saying, I bet you're gonna be in prison. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We'll come up after she not gonna be in jail for no year or two. No. No, she not. But the fact that she does not want to own any of it, I feel like have her go sit down and be in prison with Joel Santana. Okay, just go sit down. I'm saying with the Dipset dude in prison and chill out. Yes, Felicity only got two. She got 2 weeks. But I think she only did like maybe like 7 or 8 days. You gonna get good time. Aunt Becky out here using her white privilege, and she probably asked Uncle Jesse to watch the twins while she go to court. I'm like, it's just team too much. Honey, I just cannot do it. Um, right, keep that political mess so somebody else's channel. This is my channel is not political. It's not. I look. This is when you come to have chits and giggles. Okay, no, just don't do it because I'll see it and I'll just start to blocking because you need to pay attention to what you're doing, okay? Um, but yeah, I lost respect from Becky for not on right. Just own up to it. Say yes, I did it. I didn't mean if I had the means, if I had billions upon millions of dollars, and if my kid was just too dumb to do whatever within the school. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna bribe people and scam them, but if I can go talk to the, you know what I'm saying, to the director of admissions, okay, and they say, look, okay, legally your kid is dumb, okay, your kid is too dumb to get in the regular way. However, if you buy a wing of the school, we will possibly make room for your dumb child. And now I say, is this legal though? Write it down. Is it legal? If it's legal, okay, then I would do it. But I'm not gonna go ahead and try to scam and pay someone to take tests for my kid. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not. Or I would look. I would build my own school, girl. If you rich, you don't need school. I'm not gonna say that because Shannon, y'all know Shannon. But yeah, I'm not gonna say that if you rich, you don't need school because some rich people are dumb. Some rich people are they street dumb and they book smart dumb. Okay, yes, they book smart dumb. I don't want a book smart dumb person. You know what I'm saying? Because just because your parents are rich doesn't mean that you know what I'm saying, just don't need to like be educated. And I'm saying you need to have some kind of common sense. Or just do something with life. But if they want to go to school, okay, I will build you a school. I will buy a wing of a school to get you in, but I'm not gonna scam and scam and scam. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gonna pay y'all 500 grand and say my kid play rugby. No, my kid can't even play kickball. I'm not gonna do all that. It's just stupidity to me, and I ain't got time for that. Kids didn't want to go to school. They didn't want to go to school. Um, I love how you still get the because look, I don't know Aunt Becky for nothing besides Aunt Becky. Like, what has Aunt Becky done for me lately? Nothing besides Mary John statements on the show, you know what I'm saying? And they had Nikki and Alex and they lived in the attic. That's all I know her for. I don't know her for nothing else. Um, the parents want the kids to have college, not the kids. It's for the parents to say, Some kids like college. Some I did not go to college. I'm not a college person. I'm very much so a hands-on learning person. I knew that when I was a freshman. I'm like, I don't this shit ain't for me. I can't learn by reading a book and someone saying this is what happened back then. Nope. Mm-mm. If you put me somewhere and give me a good month, I can run it. Okay. And that was me. I think these people want their kids there, this for clout of some sorts. But I mean, it's but if you want your kid in school, cool. But there are ways to do it that's legal. The kids ain't play rugby, okay, or what are they, a cricket or whatever food, I don't know, whatever game white people play in fancy colleges. I don't know, but it was some bullshit if you ask me. Because I don't have time for the bullshit of it all. It's team too much. But if they don't get in on their own merit, it's illegal. Well, no, I ended up. Look, is it a way where I can buy a wing? I thought if you bought a wing, your kids kind of, can kind of can get in as like a legal thing. I don't know. We're gonna see. But I wouldn't do that. That's just not me. She could leave by. They could have bought us like 500 grand. Put another the build. You can build a school. Okay, they can go online school for that amount of money. It's just kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, go ahead and block out Brooklyn. Somebody go ahead and do that, because if not, I'm just gonna, let me see, because the foolishness of it all. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Diva. Um, we should have known Becky was shicey. We should have. Aunt Becky and Uncle Jesse Becky had a whole house that she didn't want to pay rent for. Okay, Aunt Becky then convinced Danny to pay and have his attic made into a house for her and Jesse. Aunt Becky could she man, look, she scammed Danny. Okay, they ain't pay no rent. Then got knocked up and had to build a room for the children. Cat girl, but Aunt Becky been scamming us since the 90s. I'm just gonna say that. Her daughter wanted to be a famous YouTuber. Well, I mean, look, she famous for a reason. It may not be the best reason. You know what I'm saying? No time, no buying of anything. Not at all. I think if the daughter wait, I don't know the daughter. I didn't watch the daughter on YouTube, but I do think if she wait a little bit of time, they will go ahead and, and like the daughter stuff again. But I mean, the daughter just gotta remember her mama, ain't shit. Um, right, Brooklyn girl, these trolls us out. Okay, so the next big thing of 2019, okay, the next big thing was that man. Now y'all know who I'm talking about. You understand when I say that man, as someone told me to call him the Pied Piper of R&B, that man and all his foolishness that happened this year, all the specials that came on. Yep, y'all, they go the name right there. I'm saying all the specials they had, his wife Andrea, all in the news and stuff. Now y'all do know it's gonna be a whole new documentary that come on. I want to say next week, or the week after next. It's another 6 parts. I don't know who told Jesus, you know, Mary or Joseph, that we needed a part 2 to that man and them girls. Okay, I don't know who did it. Now I'm gonna review it now because that's what I do. Okay, but what else can be said? Okay, he has already been sitting down on a forced vacation. Okay, in a box. Okay, that's already happened. The 2 girlfriends he had already, out in these streets on social media, trying to just make money on social media because they can't make money with him anymore. And I feel like everybody is aware of what he has been accused of what he's guilty of. Because let's be clear, he did that shit. Okay, you want to know how he did? Look, I saw the video back in the day. Okay, he did it. Even if the adult women he was with were not victims of the things he did with people who were not adults, we still know that man like people who not legal. We know that for a fact. And I just feel like from the documentaries, from the forced vacation in that box, the interview with Gayle King, you know what I'm saying? I can't even yell how he was yelling. Y'all killing me with this shit. I mean, bro, you was bound to get caught after a long time. Um, they want us not part of it. Uh, Kitty Pooh. Oh wait, who just said I don't believe? You don't believe what? I don't believe none of them. Look, you can't. I don't believe all of them. I don't. I think there's one or two who may have exaggerated things. But my thing is, he did that shit. Okay, he did that shit. Now that girl, them two girls that said with him, them they not victims. Mm-mm. Let them do what they're gonna be. The parents who like, oh my god, let's want my kids back. Y'all put them kids with that man. But we're gonna leave that alone. But he definitely did stuff, and he been doing it for years. People covered it up for years, and he just not getting into it. I mean, like, what do you expect? I just saw Azriel has a new blonde hair. She be on IG now. And I'm like, right, he did it, he brought it on to himself. You can't be out here doing things and putting it on camera. Okay, you can't be doing that. You just can't do that. Okay, look, some things that you do, you can record things, but you need to delete it. Okay, when I send him stuff, I delete things, okay? Because I don't want nothing being, evidence for prosecution, defense, or where I can't be president of somebody's club. But at the same time, I'm not doing nothing illegal. He was literally out in these streets illegally being with people, recording it, and acting like it was, and then paying people to be quiet, as if his money would never run out. I'm like, you can't read and write, man. Girl, I just cannot. I just cannot. I turned the volume down on the man. My friend sent me a screenshot and he was listening to R. Kelly. I was like, "What are you doing? You can't." And he still listen. For me, I feel like I haven't went anywhere and his song was playing. I just haven't. I don't have him on any of my playlists. But I feel like if I'm somewhere and it comes on, I can't control the music. I can't do anything about it. But I wouldn't purposely play his music. Because I keep thinking about what it was really meant to be. So I don't know, but some people, can separate the right. Stay tuned for the next. Look, my videos for R. Kelly will be him saying that man and them girls. That's what it's gonna be. Um, but I just feel like he gets on my nerves. But some people can separate, what I'm saying, the man from the artist. That comes when people do things, and you're like, well, that was like, for instance, Cosby. Okay, I still watch the Cosby Show because I feel like Heathcliff Huxtable didn't do nothing to me. Okay, he didn't do nothing wrong, even though the actor who plays him, admittedly, what I'm saying, was killing people. I'm saying up here killing people, but I can still watch. Excuse me, the Cosby Show. I can't listen to that man's songs the same. And I love that man's songs. I do. And who knows, I may be somewhere sometime doing some things and they come on and I won't change the station. I don't know. But I won't purposely support his stuff. But his stuff was dragged out because it was the documentaries, then he was, taken into custody and he was out and in a child support situation, what I'm saying? And then, it was a lot, but it has been building for years and years. And I feel like because they keep putting more and more charges on him, I don't think he's gonna get out. I don't think this will be the same way it was last time, back in the 90s when they waited like 8 years before it even went to trial. So I mean, honey, I guess so. He had some good tunes. He do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Pilling people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call, what I'm saying, the Cosby dude. He was pilling people. That man has great songs. Okay. He has an amazing catalog of music. I can't even say he doesn't. And it's horrible that it is such an amazing catalog of music. But I'm like, I mean, but was he talking to children? I be wondering. I be wondering, and I think he started off so popularly supported and loved, and the longer he did things and was doing things and paying people off and doing things and paying and doing, I think it all has kind of came full circle. And now that man broke, can't read, he can't see his girlfriends, and says kids don't like him or whatever. No one is really playing his music or whatnot, and so, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be what's gonna be. And he gonna be in that forced vacation box and, just twirling his thumbs or whatever. I was like, what else can you do? His music tells stories. I told my mom about him a long time. His music was a generation of memories. Okay. From ignition to bump and grind to down low to you remind me of my Jeep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Him with Crucial Conflict, him with Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I'm saying? His music, you know what I'm saying, has lived. It has spanned. I listened to that man music from when I was like in middle school through high school through my adult years. Like it's a whole plethora, okay, from nigga Sex Me Part One and Sex Me Part One and Sex Me Part Two, okay, 12 play, Honey, it's just so much. TP2, girl, it angers me that I can't hear music and have the same feeling that I had, you know what I'm saying, before. I was like, damn it, was he messing with, what was he doing? It's just weird, you know what I'm saying? And but other people can still listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And because they can still listen to it, like I'm saying, if it's on, not right now, he back in the closet. Okay, the whole thing of Trap in the Closet. Okay, he had a 33 chapter opera. Okay, what a little person, the plus size white woman who would cheat on a little person, okay, was who was it with somebody, oh, the nosy neighbor, and I'm still wondering, the pastor had a package, okay, what's going on with that? I'm just saying, it's just okay, it's like an era, and I mean, but this is Mr. Fed. You know what I'm saying? He reintroduced Ronald Isley to a whole new generation. Okay, because some folk didn't know about Ronald Isley within the Isley Brothers. He kind of brought that around to us. Okay, and everybody know when the song with him, Mr. Biggs and Shanti Boy come on, we all act that out. Okay, what the hell is going on? We all know that. Baby, wait, we know, and it's like, dang. But what was he doing in these streets? Okay, do we still love that man? Okay, because of what he supposedly did to them girls. I don't know. What I do know is, again, all right, contagious. What I do know is, if the song is on, I may not change it. Okay, but I'm not gonna put the song on. Okay, and I mean. I, but no one can take from him how much of a genius he was. They can't. I would never ever buy his music ever. But I mean, I do pay for the title and its own title. So if I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying, some kind of freaky dicky playlist, and that song comes up, which I rarely ever hear one of his songs coming up recently. But if it do, I'm gonna continue doing what it was I was doing. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Or if his playlist is playing something and he has it in there, then you know what I'm saying. Because I almost said something. I almost caught myself in saying something. Well, cause fuck it. Cause I would want someone I know listens to it. And so and I know he listens to it. And if it came up, I would just keep doing whatever it was doing. Okay. Anyway, does he get paid from YouTube views? I don't know. Well, I don't think no, he can't. I don't know if that man has a channel, you know what I'm saying, to really get paid off of. But it could go either way. What I do know is his antics span this whole year. Mainly because if I recall, the first lick of videos came out earlier this year. And now the second look at video is gonna come out, late early in 2020. What R&B with Dr. R? Girl, I don't know. And then, okay, I'll ask y'all this question. Can we still listen to his music if we've already paid for it from before? If anybody already has his music, can we still listen to it and not be like supporting him while he is sitting down in that box? That's that my thing. I don't want to support him in any monetary way by buying anything new. But I'm like, because if y'all say yes, I may play some music later on tonight. Where it gave him the money. That's true. That's very true. But I don't, I could make a whole that man. I can make a whole that man playlist and just let it play and let it play. Okay. From beginning to end. Okay. And we know he's a piece of crap as long as we aren't public supporting it. I'm not even saying the weekend. The question is listening to things that you've already paid for, does that mean that you're supporting them in their current actions? I don't think that's true. I don't. I think it's different. Again, I'm not saying that the person is a great person and let's throw some support his way. But I mean, if I pay for TP2 CD, okay, and it's in my CD player, am I wrong for playing it? I don't think I'm wrong for playing it. But if you go out and purchase TP2 on December 30th, then you are supporting him. Okay, don't go buy nothing new. Don't go buy nothing new at all. What about the song that he's waiting for the people? B2K, when they was on tour, they said how they were performing whatever song because he did either bump bump. What are they good songs they he wrote for them, and they said something that they won't perform again. Aaliyah's music, when Aaliyah's song come on, eight and but a number, I'm looking like, oh. When he started rapping, I'm like, oh my God, they was each other. Okay, I don't want to see that or whatever. So sometimes for me, it's hard to listen to Aaliyah's first album because he's so involved in it. But again, I love her album. But again, she has a great album. So it's a lot. Um, Last year at my job hire party, and the DJ played a song, and my boss said, "Your boss said we not here. Okay, not here. We ain't gonna do that." If radio stations were playing it, then yes, he gets money. Oh yeah, from his royalties. But that's the thing. I don't hear his song on the radio. You will really only hear if someone plays it at a party, like the holiday party, or if you have it on your Pandora, your Apple Music, I have Tidal, your Tidal, whatever. I'm just, okay, but I will play all my. Dang, I do still listen to Michael Jackson because Butterfly is one of my favorite songs. Um, Fuck it, okay, that man is back on my playlist. And to the person who I told you ain't, I ain't say you ain't shit, but I've said to people, you can't be listening to that man. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next conversation of it all. Um, this week it's a way to separate, the person from the music. I think, but whatever. Next up, okay, we're gonna be off that man that's in that box on that vacation. Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A. Lord Jesus, thank you, Trey B, because I'm like, what is going on here? Uh, This seemed too much. Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A. They say, bitch, I like Popeyes. Look, the chicken sandwich was all over the news. Okay, it was honey, at one point in time, well, at least here in Michigan, when the chicken sandwich was already out for one, before it got all this big buzz, and it was lines up and down the streets, hour waits, and fist fights, and I seen adults and elderly people getting body slammed, all that stuff. Okay, however, I had both. This was my discrepancy because when I finally got the chicken sandwich, when it came back around in like November or whatever, I started not eating a sandwich. The reason I was confused when I think of a spicy sandwich, my thing is I don't want to add all kind of extra stuff. I thought the sandwich, the meat was spicy. Okay. I didn't realize it was spicy because of the added on stuff. Okay. But I only had it at my college, so I didn't have to this is stuff. Lord Jesus. I felt like I liked Chick-fil-A better, mainly because Chick-fil-A sandwich, it has some spice to it. I didn't have to add no sauce to it. And I like a good, kick to my stuff. For people who like breading and extra stuff, they would love Popeyes. I kept on saying Popeyes has good chicken. Okay. It was just a whole bunch of meat, a whole bunch of bread, and a lot of crunch. But people went bananas over that shit. And I'm like, the lines were dumb. I didn't get why so many people wanted so many sandwiches. I'm looking like people was in line getting like 18 sandwiches. I'm looking like, why y'all getting 18 sandwiches? Like, what's going on that you need 18 sandwiches? Y'all gonna want to hear Chick-fil-A is for Chick-fil-A is from the Lord. Popeye's better. I haven't had Chick-fil-A sandwich though. I wouldn't eat that again. Yeah, I got the chicken sandwich from Popeyes once, and I have not gotten it again. And I was upset that I couldn't go to Popeyes to get me a little two piece, a little two little thigh. And a little two little thigh, whatever, some fries or whatever. I was mad because the wait was so long to get the chicken to get the chicken sandwich. You couldn't even go to Popeyes because I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting in that damn line. It's just not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Not today. Okay. So both are too spicy for me. The Popeye chicken sandwich, the meat alone wasn't spicy. It was that sauce, and I don't like sauce. Um, Oh, yeah, I have both at the same time. I never got one. I don't want one. I never had one either. We don't have Popeyes. Oh, really? Ain't no Popeyes there? There's a ton of them here. I'm getting mixed reviews. I try both. I can't get hooked on a $4 sandwich. I'm too broke for that. To me, it was too much hype. It really was. When I'm like, uh, I didn't really care. But I'm like, it's just a line it was a line that were crazy. The people fussing and fighting lines was stupid. I think that was just asinine or whatever. Right, someone died over it. I'm looking like for what? For a chicken sandwich? For a $4 sandwich, girl. I was like, it was just seeming too much, and it kind of irked my nerves. And I feel like I'm happy that when it came back, um, maybe 2 weeks after it came back, and everything died now. After about 2 weeks, everybody had it. It wasn't that, a big deal. I think people just like being a part of some kind of ruckus. And it's, oh my God, it's amazing. You have to get it. And I'm like, why wasn't nobody at work? I'm like, why the Popeyes line is down the corner at 9:30 a.m.? Who want a fucking chicken sandwich at 9:30 in the morning? I'm like, get some sausage and some scrambled eggs and a hash brown, okay? Or an omelet. Who want to goddamn girl? It was just too much, and it got on my nerve. Um, Chick-fil-A is popping up in Allen Park. See, and that's the weird thing. I don't even think Chick-fil-A had like lines like Popeyes did. It's like people just went to Popeyes, and that's the only place I heard of it being foolishness and these long, long lines. But it could be because Chick-fil-A is for Jesus. Okay, you can't be at no Jesus restaurant acting no food. I'm just gonna say that because it's too much. Oh Lord, these trolls, what's going on? But yeah, we do have Chick-fil-A though, and I do love the chicken. Chick-fil-A is fine for me. You know what I'm saying? I prefer it because the chicken isn't as much. It's not too much or whatever. Chick-fil-A is more civilized for a chicken sandwich. But if I want a good two-piece, I'm going to Popeyes. Okay, I'm gonna give me a two-piece spicy. I want two-piece spicy. I want spicy. I want two thighs. I don't like chicken breast. Okay. I prefer two thighs over breasts. Okay, that's running up with my friend. Because I feel like the thighs are juicier, and that's just whatever it is. Popeyes is the most. They really, really did. Popeyes fries are really, really good. And I said I don't even think you need like ketchup for Popeyes fries. Okay, and that's just kind of weird. But yeah. Anyway, so I think most people did like the chicken sandwich, but you know what I'm saying, not me. Not me. When I go to Popeyes, I get a two-piece, two thighs, spicy, and some fries. Okay. And I want fresh chicken and I want fresh fries. That's about it. Okay. And it is what it is. I love Chick-fil-A nuggets. Mm, you know what I'm saying? I don't I guess so. But I also like Wendy's has a good chicken sandwich, a good spicy chicken sandwich. Now I'll get one from there too. No, I want you say no, I want some Popeyes. I want some watermelon. Or you know what I want? Some pineapples. I want some pineapples. Anyway, okay. The next thing that took over 2019, Kanye West and his foolishness. Okay, I mean between I won't say foolishness. I'm gonna take away the word foolishness. What I will say is Kanye West went from being like no one hearing from him. He was real, just chilling or whatever. To he wanted to be, no longer do secular music. He wanted to focus on more gospel things. He started doing a little Sunday service thing. He then had them slave clothes, okay, that he calls fashion. I don't know. So when I say his antics, I feel like the antics are he really out here selling slave clothes while singing for Jesus. And I don't think he's a fool per se, because I feel like only he knows his walk with God. I'm not gonna say that. Let's say he want to troll Jesus. uh, that just made me go. Do you think he has a God complex? Um, I think Kanye West has a conflict within his mind to where he feels like he's just this logical thinker, and he feels like he can't be a sheep. So he has to think differently than anybody else, and he's on a whole different wavelength. Um, I do agree he has not been right since his mom passed away. I think every couple years he shifts in his weirdness. Um, and this shift in his weirdness has shifted him to God. And I'm all for that. But I'm like, what he doing isn't Sunday church service. I think it's a jam session. I think he is a musician, and I think being a musician, you know, being a musical genius, there's a bit of insanity in your brain, and Kanye has a bit of insanity in his brain that clearly, just kind of takes him off to different places. I mean, the clothes. People be like, "Oh my God, them shoes are amazing. Those slave clothes are." I'm like, "No, them clothes look like slave escaping clothes. Like, why y'all act like they nice? Them Yeezy shoes, I don't. They look like they carpet. I don't understand it or whatever." Um, Kanye's like the cousin you got to sit in the corner somewhere. You love him, but he on some crazy. He is, but I think he has these sane moments, and I don't even dislike his Sunday service. I said when he called him Sunday service, I'm looking like it's not church. You can have a jam session to gospel godly music on a Sunday that does not make it church, and I think the way he promoted it, the way him and the Kardashians promoted it, it made it seem like, oh, Kanye is spiritual now. You know what I'm saying? He's in touch with God. I don't think that. I do think he's on a walk with God. I do think that. But I would not go to a Sunday service because I think he's kind of hypocritical. I don't think he's walked enough with God yet to be in that realm of gospel, whatever. He did that album that was just some weird beats and first verses of songs for me. I think each song was the first verse of him talking to Jesus, to some weird beat, and he was making some weird noises, and I was like, if you say so. I mean, I don't think he's fully mentally unstable. I think he is. unchecked. And when you leave someone unchecked for so long, they seem mentally unstable. I think Kanye West is very sane. However, he's unchecked. So unchecked seems insane. And he's in that row, that fine line of the two. I don't think it helps that he's in that family of them crazy people. I think uh, he's married, and I don't think his wife helps him as much as she should. I feel like when you are a wife, your job is to help your husband. And even if he's leading the household, you're still making sure he knowing where he going. Like I feel like Kanye West be like on a road trip to the Grand Canyon, but he first wants to drive through Jamaica to get to Canada, and then Kim Kardashian like, okay, well I guess we're gonna just take a ride to New York. I think she just doesn't help him. I think as a woman, as a wife, you should just help your husband. But I think they so money hungry and attention whore hungry and just fame whores that they don't think controlling him is the thing to do. And Kanye West needs to be not controlled, but contained. Because if not, you then have, you know, his antics when he goes off on tangents or whatever, when he has these weird interviews, when he was on TMZ Live, talking about slavery was a choice. I think that's what happens when people go unchecked. I had a friend who was like, I want to do this. My friend had a joke. And his joke was, my son is turning of legal age, and ha 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 ha. I think I want to get him a prostitute. And I was like, well, no, maybe not get him a prostitute, but how about you take him to his first strip club? You know what I'm saying? Get him good old lap dance. Let him experience a good strip club for the first time or whatever. That may be better. While him getting his son a stripper, a prostitute, isn't smart. Because you don't want to pay for pussy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pay that $40. However, just push him on over to, just go to strip club. And he was like, that's a great, because as a woman, you're supposed to try to suggest better options for any man, whether it's your boyfriend, a friend, a brother, a cousin. You're supposed to try to, to steer them just a little bit to the right direction. You know what I'm saying? They may not see it. And I feel like anytime Kanye, like, you know what, I want to make these slave clothes, and then the slave clothes, we're going to be in a big desert. And we're going to sing, my same songs in a different beat to Jesus. And you be like, okay, sure. Okay. And I'm like, what? No, at least say, baby, maybe not have them in them slave clothes. Okay, maybe just have them all wear one color of their own clothes. I'm like, it's just, I feel like Kim Kardashian don't mean Kanye any good or any bad. I think she's like, I'm gonna let him do what he do because he's a musical genius. But within that is insanity. And that's what Kanye has shown us this year: the good, the bad, and the insane. And I'm like, I just wish someone somewhere would fix it. And it doesn't help that when he gets in his same moments and he realized, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said this. The way he explains it is still weird. And so you be like, just go sit down somewhere. Just go sit down and just be quiet. Like it's just I just can't. I just really can't with that. Girl, I've never bought any Yeezys. I never will. I don't see the point. I don't want to support Kanye in his insanity. And the more people support him in his insanity, the more he gonna think, I'm right. My fashions is amazing. The things I say are amazing. These Sunday services are amazing. I think it's great he want to have jam sessions, but it ain't church. I just, it ain't church. to me. Kim is in the pictures. Boom. Pictures in the press. That's what them Kardashians are all. And I just, but that's a whole conversation I'm going to break up in a second. Religion is a trend. Disrespectful. Yeah. Maybe Jesus will really fix himself. Who knows? We can't afford Jesus. But, those rebooted Reeboks. And that is what it is. Ryan was like, Ryan gonna about to get cussed out. You know what? He was. Look, I still think Kanye is a genius. I think he's not focused. You have to be focused and push. Hence, you should not have a wife who cannot help you stay focused. She too busy taking fucking selfies, okay? But I'm not gonna do this. So, okay, that in that mess. Something else that took over let me just hide this person on the channel because I don't know what Ryan FF. Oh, I don't know what it is. Another big story this year. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle. There has been a lot of conversation since his passing on, was he really a legend? Was he legendary? Was he this huge artist? And all that. I feel like Nipsey Hussle was an artist that if you follow music and if you follow pop culture, you were definitely aware of who Nipsey Hussle was. I feel like his last album was very much so a great album. It really, really was. And I think it was his first studio album. And I think when he was killed, it wasn't that he was this amazing, popular to everybody artist. I think because everyone knew of him and knew how kind he was, had heard about things he had been doing around his own community. I think all that combined with how he was taken out is what made everyone feel it when it happens. And I'm picking my words wisely for a reason. He was dope. I think people jumped on the bandwagon after he passed. He should have got the love. He should have got that love while he was still alive. And that is true. That's very, very true. However, I still feel like it's how he was taken that affected everybody. Because like my sister, she's not really much into like social media, rap or whatever. But when she heard about what happened, even she was like, it affected her. And I think when you kind of realize, okay, people are great when they're here, and we shouldn't wait until they're gone to make it. Like, oh my God, this and that. But he was very much influential. I also feel like once he was gone, more people realized they couldn't, just be out here just like not being positive role models or just positively trying to affect their communities. I think that's one thing that also came from it. I didn't know this was the music, but he seemed like a great person. I didn't know that man. I didn't know him personally. I had never went to LA, but I knew of him, and I knew of him from his music. I knew of him from Hey Sassy, from Lauren London, and like that kind of stuff. But I do feel like the reason it touched the world was because, again, it was how it happened. A person being at their own store, going to get clothes for somebody who had just came home from prison or whatever, and then they're, taken out like that from, supposedly from someone they knew, is tragic. And I think the attachment of him and Lauren London as a couple also made it, newsworthy. I think these celebrities who knew him, it just kind of spawned a whole I can't believe it. To me, it reminded me of when Tupac died. When it was just shocking, like, what? What the fuck? What? It was that kind of shock to everyone's system, and that happened in March of 2019. And like for the rest of the year, he was just either in the news some kind of way, some people supporting his clothing line, people supporting Lauren London, The funeral being broadcast, I'm saying, across all that. I think it just came from a place of shock. And it's right with MJ that too. MJ Prince with Houston, a place of shock. But you're like, what? So I, just- I it's hard to say like it. Not that I'm saying it's a good thing he passed away, but I'm saying is I think good came from it. Just an awareness of life, circumstances, how to be better people, how to try to help your community, and all of that. Um, so that's why I say that was the big story this time. When MJ and Prince and Whitney died, I think my depression was triggered. I wasn't, when MJ, when any of them passed, I didn't, it didn't trigger me. But when Nipsey passed away, I was emotionally depressed. Like I was crying, but it was more because I was like, oh my god, he was so young. Oh my god, he had kids. It was just crazy. And I don't know why I reacted that way. And it wasn't even really for him 100%. It just made I was sad. Like, damn. So that was weird for me. But I also cried real hard when Kim Porter passed away, when Diddy's big mom did that. And I don't know why. Did a whole video. And it was because I was like, it's just I don't know. Sometimes I'm just emotional. But I digress. Okay. But yeah, that was the big thing this year. Something else that was big that I thought was kind of crazy. Nicole Murphy kissing the lady husband. Okay, Nicole Murphy, who was making out with Layla Rashawn's husband, was huge news. And the reason I think it's kind of crazy that it was such huge news is because, for one, Layla Rashawn, who we know played on, I think her most famous roles will be in Harlem Nights. You know what I'm saying? Because she that man she was with who called his house, said, honey, I ain't coming home. And then also in um Wait to Exhale. Okay, I think those are her two, for me, roles. When I hear her name, that's what I think about. However, Layla Rashawn nor her husband and Antoine Fuqua ever commented on the pictures. Nothing. Like nothing. They never commented and said nothing about them pictures. Nicole Murphy was the only one putting out statements. Okay, she did the Wendy Williams interview, whatever. It kind of made me feel like, did she purposely have them pictures taken because she's the only one who addressed them? And I feel like if the man I'm if the man I'm kissing and his wife stay silent, I'm gonna be silent. Silent too. You not gonna have me being a hardworking husband, the only one speaking up. I feel like if you are caught kissing someone else's husband, if the husband don't say anything, if the wife don't say nothing, if you shut up, it'll go away. I think the reason it stayed such big news is because she kept making dumb statements. Oh, he's a family friend. It was an innocent kiss. Girl, that was a tongue kiss, and that man was in the towel. Girl, bye. So that was, you know what I'm saying, a story that lasted a couple months. And I'm just like, I would just not. I also would not have kissed a married man, but that's just me. Um, y'all would not say that she looked like an alien. I cannot deal with y'all. Um, Nicole sings it to just. This is the thing. Nicole Murphy, for a while, seemed so nice. She was on that Hollywood Divas, on the Hollywood Exit show with, you know what I'm saying, that man's ex-wife, with Prince's ex-wife, a couple ex-wives. And she seemed real chilling, real cool or whatever. So I was surprised, one, that she did it, and two, the fact that when I see a note that takes me into something else. Anyway, so again, I was just surprised that she just kept talking. It was just like, girl, just hush. And I think that now she did it when the women's interview, whatever, said what she said, because then that spawned the foolishness from Lisa Ray, who said Nicole tried to bang her husband. I'm looking like, girl, it was teen too much, about a lot. And I'm like, sometimes, ladies, it's okay to just not say no words. Just don't say nothing. And just nothing. Because that man and Layla still married. and it ain't none up, and they still together. Next up, because this is getting too long. Beyonce Homecoming. Okay, the whole my phone doctor got quiet because I'm looking like, come on now. But Beyonce special the Homecoming. I feel like Beyonce's Homecoming was on Netflix was amazing. It was amazing, but I also wanted more behind the scenes stuff too. Um, it wasn't nominated for any Emmys. Whatever that I thought was crazy. However, I still think the production of it, the amount of time it took her to get it together, just it was just I was like, right, I wanted her to be more personal. I just watched the Kevin Hart special on Netflix. And I feel like the amount of personal stuff that he put into it is, in my opinion, is what made the Kevin Hart documentary amazing. I feel like if you're going to do some kind of documentary, it needs to be a bit personal. If it's not, it just seems weird. Okay. Now, Homecoming was amazing, but at the same time, I still felt like it was missing just a bit more of her. But we know that Beyonce only gives but so much of her personal life. And I feel like I was watching something and they said we don't even really was I watching Alex and on Popeyes, Alex and Chris? I can't remember. But they said like Beyonce doesn't really show us much of her. Like we don't really know Beyonce. Like she don't follow anybody on IG, and when she posts stuff on IG, it's just like promotion. So we don't really know Beyonce like that. To be honest, um, I'm still playing Frankie. But look, I liked Beyonce remake before I let go. I don't think it's a replacement. Frank Belly made. I don't think it's a replacement, but I think I didn't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I think it was just something for younger folk, and I think you can play both. You can play hers at the beginning of Cookout, and you maybe play the original at the end. I would say that. Um, but I just I don't know. But some people like the old fashioned stuff, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay, we don't dislike that. Um, she knows social media will drag anybody that about anything, everything. She just keeps us cute. There's ways to show your life and not make it seem so produced. I'll say this. Um, I love Beyonce, but I also feel like how many non-planned photos has she posted on her IG? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's something about just an a authentic, unfiltered photo or video, that I like to where it's not an all the time thing. It's like a little here and there, here and there, here and there thing. But I do think there's a hint Beyonce who still feels like she has to control everything and you don't want to show people too much of your life. It reminds me of Will Smith who before he got on IG and YouTube too, he brought up how he was so careful to not want to share himself with people in his personal life or whatever. He then got on IG and he realized how much he can excuse me, still show himself, but keep stuff to himself as well. I don't think Beyonce got that yet. I think she's just, honey, in her own box. She's Beyonce. She's Beyonce. But nonetheless, Homecoming was amazing balls. Either way it goes. Hold on now. Beyonce's not overrated. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Okay, Beyonce's Beyonce. The same with Beyonce. Will Smith's Will Smith. Eddie Murphy said people are who they are. But I do feel like, you know, it's a way to be a little bit more um just not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like every photo she posts is perfect. Perfect hair, perfect outfits, perfect makeup, all of that. I like, you know what I'm saying? I would like to see the one look like, is your house ever messy? I don't know. Um, she doesn't seem happy to me, but yeah, that's just you. That's just you. But I feel like Beyonce is on such a level of people critiquing her that she has to keep things to herself. I just wish personally that every once in a while, like she'll just like post a video of her cooking pancakes for the twins in the kitchen. It's just this pancake batter everywhere. And then the maid come in and start saying, I don't know. Okay, it's. Anyway, next up, some big this year. Ti and Hyman Gates. Okay. I feel like, Ti saying what he said on that little podcast show about, taking the daughter to the doctor, get her checked out or whatever. I feel like, as I still feel the same way, that that was a horribly I'm over Clifford, a horribly attempt at joking. And I think because I have been the victim of people taking what you say literally word for word and not getting your joke. I have people comment to them like, "What you mean?" I'm looking like, "Bitch, I am joking." If you cannot get that, sometime in conversation you say things in jest, meaning it's a little bit real, but it's also a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's hit or miss. I still feel like, and I don't care what nobody say, I still feel like what he said came from a real place, and he tried to make a joke about something and he failed horribly. I also feel like he's misogynistic. I also feel like he is just stuck in his ways of not understanding that he's not always right. And we know that by seeing him on Red Table Talk, where he just kind of just could not get it right or whatever. And I'm like, sometimes he be on some BS, and I'm a Ti fan, music wise. But I do feel like he deserved all the scrutiny and criticism that he got from the comments he made, just because he didn't try to clean it up. Even when he was on Red Table Talk, he still tried to kind of like explain it. It was like, oh, I didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say this. But what you implied was this and that. And then when they said, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, he still kind of just didn't get it. And I think it's going to take time for him to get it. And how he didn't realize that would embarrass his daughter. And that was her person. It was just a lot going on with it. I don't think he even realize, okay, he has a ton of issues. We'll talk with that man is president 11. He is. He's a great father. He's very present. There's nothing wrong with the father saying, I went with my daughter to her doctor appointments. That's cool. And I think that is what happened. That's fine. He is an actor. He may be a great father. He may be a shitty husband, but he's a great father. And I don't think anybody can take that away from him. But I do think that when he realized, hey, I've offended women and what I said, it should have been more of an apology for being just so absent-minded that he said some foolish shit out of his mouth, and he ain't want to do that. And that's the problem. That's why Tiny is miserable. I don't think Tiny is miserable. I think Tiny is happy. That's the sad thing, if you ask me, is the fact that she's happy in that. But we can't understand someone else's happiness. I don't think he beats her. I think he treats her well in his own ways. And I think they've been together so long that she is just used to his stupid male thinking. But I also feel like that's her normal. We have to sometimes realize someone else's normal won't be normal to us. I don't think it's normal. I don't think anal sex is normal. I don't. For straight people or gay people. But some people love it. It's not my job to say why that pain makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at some people's relationships. They enjoy that. They don't see anything wrong with that. I don't like it. what am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's just that's her normal thing of that of what she likes to endure and how she likes that's on her. I could not. Everyone has to find the asshole that makes them happy and they can put up with they ways. That's them too. Honey, if she likes it, I love it. It is what it is. Anyway, I want to wrap this up because I did not mean it to be over an hour. Next up, Jordan Woods versus the Kardashians. It started off with Chloe and Tristan. Third trimester Tristan, who got the first girl pregnant and started cheating on her with Chloe when she was pregnant, and then he was with Chloe, got Chloe pregnant, same thing. Okay. Third trimester Tristan, you know what I'm saying, was already cheating on Chloe. And when it was rumored that, right, Jordan 1, Kardashian 0, when it was rumored that, Jordan, who was Kylie's best friend, supposedly was messing around with Tristan. Oh my God, it's crazy. The issue I had with the Kardashians versus Jordan was the Kardashians are known to be whores in one way or the other. They all have taken someone from someone else. Okay, we're not going to act as if Kylie wasn't a kid banging Tiger, who was an adult, and Tiger was dating Black China, who was friends with Kim. We're not going to act like that didn't happen. Okay, we're not going to act like that. You know what I'm saying? Even Travis Scott was messing with one of the other. Travis Scott was ex of their friends. They passed around it. Okay, Chloe, who had kind of messed around with Trey Songz back when Trey Songz was dating Lauren London. Okay, it's the whole thing. Even when Chloe was messing with French Montana, who was messing with Trina, and Chloe and Trina were friends. It's they have a history of messing with men who have women. Okay, and their excuse, well, they're not. They said they were single, but you knew they wasn't fully single. But I digress. Anyway, so the whole thing of them being so pissed off that Jordan, was hanging out with Tristan, and then how Jordan's thing was, he kissed me. I wasn't there. I ain't see what happened. Okay, I ain't see who tongue went down who throat. What I do know is the Kardashians tried their damnedest to ruin Jordan the same way they ruined other people lives. And Jordan, by the grace of God, had Will and Jada Smith in her corner. I feel like had Jordan not had the power of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, she would have fell down the rabbit hole as other people have. And I feel like, I'm not saying Jordan was right 100%, but I'm also saying she made a little mistake. And they treated her as if she slept with him, as if she, and it wasn't. And Tristan is a cheater, a serial cheater. He's a serial banger of other people's women or whatever, and it's foolishness. And they just wanted to ruin her. Hence why the story has went on all year. Okay, all year they want and Chloe with her little, social media, shady posts that we know is towards Jordan or whatever. Jordan was what, 21? Girl, Tristan is community dick. Period. Okay. And the good thing is, at least she ain't fuck. I'm just gonna say that. But that to me was foolishness. It aggravated me, and it's the reason why I do not like the Kardashians. I think they are money whores, fame whores, and succubuses. They're all succubuses, all of them. Okay, and it is what it is. And then the last thing I'm going to discuss: Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones ending. I was so sad because I like that show. I loved it. Okay. And I felt like the last season was some bullshit. So that aggravated me. But Game of Thrones ended, Star got canceled, Power is ending, Empire is ending, Murder, what's it called? how with murders ending. So many shows ended this year that I was just like, I just it was sad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's just too much of all the good shows that left us in 2019. And those are like the things that happened this year. Those were like the top stuff that people talked about. And I have been on here for an hour and damn near half. I am done. I am spent. Okay. Um, I know Power, the last 5 episodes come back on next week, will start coming on next week. But yeah, it should have ended. We should have just watched it all by the end of this year. I'm gonna say that. But I'm gonna wrap it up here because I'm tired. Okay, and I need to rest because my throat is hurting now. But thank you all for tuning in. I don't know if I'll be live again. I might, I may not. If not, I want everyone to have a great new year. The memberships for the adult conversations will again start in 2020. And then we'll have some great conversations. And then from there, we will just see what other conversations we have. So everybody have a good night. I'm about to watch what's that damn show called? Oh, You. I gotta finish You, and then I'll do Ready to Love reunion, and that'll be up sometime tonight. But I love you all. Love, peace, and soul. Have a good new year. Be blessed. And don't punch anybody in the throat because it's not a good thing to do. Anyway, gotta go. Peace.